Hey guys, Tim from Heavy Metal Off-Road here. Today I'm going to show you the install of a cab mount slash body mount relocation on a 2019 Toyota Tacoma. And here's the patient. What this does is this going to replace this body mount that has been hacked up in order to clear room for larger tires. Everything here is going to be cut, ground, nice and clean, right to the frame. All this is going to go. And you're going to make sure that the e-brake is engaged. Next, you're going to want to chock the rear wheels. Then, you're going to want to pop your hood and begin removing the negative battery terminal off the battery. You're going to take your jack stand and place it under the frame, preferably behind your body mount. You could even use your heavy metal rock sliders. Slowly lower the vehicle until the jack stands. Now that the lug nuts are removed, go ahead and pull the wheel off. You now have access to the outer part of the body mount and pull out the weather mat. Go ahead and pull this threshold out. Pulls out with one hand just fine without breaking anything, no problem. I'm gonna pull this nut out. It's plastic, it's threaded by hand. Place that aside and begin to gently pull this out and then out towards the inside. Go ahead and pull the carpet back. Now you have access to this plastic plug. Go ahead and remove it. Now you've got access to the body bolt. With someone holding the upper head of the bolt with a 19mm, come down here with your 17mm and loosen it up. You can now extract the stock body mount bolt. The driver's side is the same procedure with one minor difference. You just need to remove the styrofoam block. Simply pull straight out, perpendicular to the floorboard. All right, so go ahead and take yourself a piece of soapstone or a Sharpie, and you're gonna wanna mark approximately here along this bracket, but not so close to the frame that you're going to cut into it. One final thing to mention here before we cut. Take a look at the rock slider if you have a set, or you can measure from the ground up to the body and look at that to see what the spacing or the gap is. When you go to reinstall the new one, you want to jack the body up a little bit higher than that. In this case, it's about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch, and then when it rests, it'll be at its proper position. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and begin our cut. Be sure not to blast into the frame. Go ahead and continue that all the way around. Once you've plasma cut the bracket off, go ahead and get your sanding disc and clean up all the welds. All right, so what we're gonna do next here is mock up our bracket with the bushing on top, bracket, second bushing, washer, nut on the bolt. We're gonna verify that our gap here, as we mentioned earlier, is just a little bit more than what it was originally, because there will be some settlement once the bushings compress and the weight of the vehicle is on the bushings. And once we have made sure everything is square, we're gonna go ahead and tack weld. There will be a little smoke because there's always a little bit of grease from the manufacturer inside the frame. We'll go ahead and lower the jack. As you can see, there is about 3/16 of an inch drop, and our gap is pretty much right where it was originally. Everything looks very square, so we're gonna go ahead and start a full weld inside, on top, down, and on the outsides. Now that we've done our full weld job, we're gonna go ahead, remove everything here. We're gonna support the body with the jack again, and we're gonna go ahead and spray paint everything. And once we do that, we're gonna go ahead and tighten everything up. All right, so now that you've used a wipe with acetone or alcohol to wipe down the frame and the bracket, I recommend you use something like this Rust-Oleum undercoating. Now that everything is painted, we'll go ahead and reassemble our mock-up, but instead of using the temporary nut, we're gonna put the lock nut on there. We're gonna go ahead and start tightening it down until the bushing starts to compress. We're gonna go ahead and reassemble the interior. We're gonna put the plastic cap back over, fold the carpet back in, put the kick panel back in. Threshold back on. All right, for the driver's side, same procedure. Snap that back in. This time, you gotta put the foam block back in. Fold the carpet back over, put the kick panel back on, this piece on again, and the plastic nuts. And the interior is complete. All right, now that we got everything together, we're gonna put this wheel and tire back on, torque it up. Pull the jack stands, lower the vehicle safely to the ground. Go ahead and grab your torque wrench, set it to 85 foot-pounds, torque in a star pattern. Good. Let's go ahead and tighten up that battery. We're gonna close the hood and check out the work that we did. Notice it's welded on 5 sides, 6 if you can reach. 1/4 inch, very strong. Brand new bushings, very easy. This is definitely the mod that you need to create the clearance for your oversized tires. And look how much more room we have for these large tires, these 315s. Now that you've got all the clearance you need for your larger tires, time to go hit the trails, dominate. Guys, thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please go check out heavymetaloffroad.com for Toyota Tacoma, Nissan Frontier, and other accessories for other vehicles. Talk to you soon. Stay tuned. We'll see you out on the trail.